In 1999, a woman's heart didn't beat for over an hour. No pulse, no hope. Doctors couldn't detect any brain activity either. By every medical definition, this person was no longer alive. But I'm telling you this because that person is still alive today. What if I told you the reason isn't a miracle? Because it's not. The reason is a number your body is tracking right now, every single second, without you even realizing it. You probably already know what happens when your body overheats, but almost nobody knows or even thinks about what happens on the other side. What do I mean? Let me satisfy your curiosity. I'm talking about the cold side. Yes, and here's the part that should genuinely creep you out. Right before your body slams into that cold wall, it doesn't just shut down. It might actually start lying to you. People who were freezing to death have torn their own clothes off in the snow, convinced they were burning up. I can already hear you saying, "Come on, it's not that dramatic." What possible logic is there in that? Stick around until the end of this video, because you're going to find out exactly what that looks like. And this knowledge could save someone's life one day. Let's get into it. Imagine your body as a winter house with a small stove in the middle. That stove is your organs, your heart, your brain, your liver. We can call these the important rooms. Your arms, legs, hands, feet. Basically, a porch. Nice to have, but not essential. So when the air turns cold, your body slams the doors on the porch shut. The blood vessels in your skin constrict, keeping the warm blood locked in around the stove instead of leaking it out into your freezing hands. That's why your fingers go numb first. You're being sacrificed on purpose. At the same time, your muscles start to shiver. These are rapid contractions that burn energy and generate heat. Tiny emergency fires start lighting up all over your body, and for a while, we see it actually working. Your normal body temperature is 37 degrees Celsius. Now hold on tight. Here's where we move into that territory. 35 degrees Celsius. Mild hypothermia. This is the first threshold. Teeth chatter. Thoughts get foggy. Like trying to solve math problems while someone shakes your chair. Hard to even picture, right? Okay, what's next? 32 degrees Celsius. The dangerous turn. Deceptive calm. Something happens that sounds like good news, but absolutely isn't. While you're shivering, it suddenly stops. Your body isn't relaxing. It has actually run out of fuel. It's abandoning the porch entirely to protect the stove. This stage is more dangerous than the last one because you look calmer while you're actually getting worse. Below 28 degrees Celsius, you've hit the wall. Critical stage. Your heart is a muscle that runs on a very precise electrical rhythm, and its beats start missing that rhythm, like a drummer slowly losing the beat until the song stops completely. Now, let's get to the part that sounds completely made up. People have a hard time believing it, but it needs to be told anyway. As people approach that wall, some of them do what's called paradoxical undressing. What is that? What does it even mean? In freezing weather, they take off their coats, their gloves, sometimes everything. For years, nobody could fully explain why. And a lot of people say, these people must be crazy. Maybe you're one of them too. The strongest theory is this. The tiny muscles that constrict the blood vessels get so exhausted in that final stage that they suddenly relax all at once. Warm blood rushes back to the skin and concentrates there. For a few minutes, it genuinely feels hot, even like burning. Already confused, the person, believing they're overheating, takes their clothes off. We're getting close to the paradox. Ready? Let's continue. So their own body is flat out lying to them at the worst possible moment. And that's not even the craziest part. Extreme cold also slows down your cells. This is a process. Your brain needs less oxygen when it's cold, just like food lasts longer in the fridge than it does on the counter. Hope that example made sense. Let's move on. That's exactly why doctors have a saying they actually use. You're not dead until you're warm and dead. This isn't a figure of speech. It's the exact center of what really happened. This is the woman I mentioned at the start of the video. Let's go back to her so the connection is easier to make. A skier named Anna Bågenholm fell into an icy stream in Norway and got trapped under solid ice for 80 minutes. Her heart stopped. By the time rescue teams reached her, her core body temperature had dropped to 13.7 degrees Celsius, one of the lowest survived body temperatures ever recorded on Earth. By the normal rules of biology, it shouldn't have been possible for her to survive. But she's alive, and she later became a doctor. Every winter, hikers, skiers, and people who fall through ice enter exactly this territory. Some don't make it back. The ones who do often survive precisely because of the very cold that nearly killed them, because that cold was protecting their brain the entire time. So now you know both walls. On the hot side, your body fights, and eventually that fight turns against you. On the cold side, it quietly closes the doors to protect the stove, right up until it starts lying to you about how hot you feel. Now let's do a test. If one day you're with someone in freezing conditions and their shivering suddenly stops, or they say, "I got too hot," and start peeling off layer after layer, that doesn't mean they're getting better. That's the wall. 99% of people watching this would have missed that sign completely. You won't? Let's meet in the comments. I'm sure your experiences with cold are very specific and worth hearing. Thanks for watching. I'd love to hear from you what the next video should be about. See you in the comments for now, and I'll catch you in the next video.